Hey guys, what is up? It is BT at this new channel here, BT Tuts, here to bring you some video tutorials today. Today we're going to be looking at the 3D Shatterize effect in After Effects, which is a form of 3D text. Sorry, I just need to fix my camera there. Which is a form of 3D text that's built straight in After Effects. You don't need any kind of weird 3D plugin kind of thing, whatever like that. So it's really easy to use and it's really cheap. You don't need Cinema 4D or anything like that. So why don't we get into it? Let's get started. We are going to go into After Effects. I'm working with After Effects CS6, but it also works with CS5.5 and CS5. I'm not sure about any of the other ones below that though. I'm sure you'll probably figure it out for yourself. Anyways, so we are going to create a new composition, or that's Command N if you prefer. And here's an important part. We want to make our width and height twice the size of what our eventual file is going to be. So for instance, my standard is usually 1920 by 1080. Yeah, 1920 by 1080. But because we are doing this effect, we want to make this twice as large as what that file eventually is. So that is, I did the math here, it is 3840 by 2160. And I'll explain why this is in a minute. So 11 seconds, let's just make this more like 5 seconds. No, 10 seconds actually works. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. So now we have our new composition, and now you should also note that your computer may run a little bit slower now that it's using this effect because, like I said, you're working on a file that's twice as large as what it's used to rendering. So it might just take a little bit longer to work with things. So first we're going to make a text layer. That's this little tool right here, or it is, or it's also Command T if you prefer. And let's just type something cool, like, you know, BT is awesome. Yeah, so awesome. So something completely not conceited whatsoever. And let's enlarge this thing a little bit. We don't want it that small. Or spread out like that. We want it more like, yeah, something like that. Sweet. So now we have our text layer here, as you can see. I hope you guys can see me there. Sorry, I can't see where my camera's looking at. So now we have it like this, and hopefully that's large enough. So now what we're going to do, we are going to hide our layer by hitting this little eyeball thing right here, and then we're going to create a new solid layer, and that is Command Y, or you can just go to Layer, New, Solid, if you prefer that. And let's just make it white. Now we're going to go to our Effects and Presets tab here, and we are going to choose the shatter effect under Simulation, and click and drag that over. Now it always starts in like this kind of wireframe forces thing. That's really weird. I don't know why it does it. So just get rid of that. We want it in rendered instead, and we also want it now to take on the shape of this text. So what we do is we go into Shape, unclick bricks, because if we don't, then the bricks shatter like that. And we undo bricks and we make it custom instead. And then under custom shatter map, when my computer sorts itself out, like I said, it's taking a little bit longer. Plus I'm recording all of this too, so it's taking even longer than that. Okay, so when you bring down the custom shatter map, you simply select what you want it to turn into. And this time we want it to be BT is awesome, yeah, so awesome. And we go back here to the beginning. Okay, well, it's breaking apart, but yes, here it is. Here it is. It is now there when it wasn't, and it's not the text layer. Alright, like that. So, cool, we got what we wanted now. But now we also don't want it breaking apart, or maybe you want it in your thing, but in this particular case I'm going to show you how to get rid of that. So you're going to bring down force 1 and force 2, bring down the strength to 0 for both, and that's just, you know, clicking and changing the number, and also bring down physics, and then we're going to bring down gravity to 0 so it does not do anything weird. And but now you're thinking, well, cool, this is just the text. Why couldn't I just write that to begin with? I'm getting to that. So now we want to do now we want to add the extrude length. So we're going to close up force 1 and force 2 just for simplicity and not getting this all cluttered sake. And we're going to bring the extrusion depth up to, I'm going to put 1, just 1. 1 should be good. And as you can see, as we zoom in here, we now have our 3D side to it. But a problem you may know with this, and actually maybe we should have made the text larger, but since it's borrowing from a text layer, it's very pixelated on the side. As you can see here, I mean, like, that's not very clean at all, even though I am zoomed in very far in. That's not very clean at all, even from an outside thing. You can already tell that there's some issues here with the pixelation on the sides. That's why we make it twice as large. That's why the composition is twice as large as what it is. So that way, when we export it and bring it into our editing software, whether that be Premiere, Final Cut Pro, Sony Vegas, whatever your thing is, we can then bring down the scale to 50%, and that gets rid of most of the pixelation. I'll show you what that is like, what that looks like later. But for now, we have this here, and I'm going to show you how to get some movement in here to really show off that it's 3D. Because what you cannot do is that you can't just treat the entire layer as a 3D layer like usual. Like, you can't just go down to toggle switches and modes, enable 3D object, bring down transform, and start rotating it on its y-axis. See, you don't have that 3D layer there because that's not what it's affecting. You have to do it straight from the effect, like we are going to do here. So let's just bring down camera position and let's keyframe this. We're first going to keyframe the position, and we want it somewhere different. Let's put it up. That's going to be like around up here. And so that's keyframe there. Then we go to like let's go to like, let's make this a little bit longer. Let's make this around 6 seconds. And we bring it back down. Cool. But now let's also give it like some cool rotationness to it. So let's, we're not going to be like too specific with this. We're just going to be like really quick and to the point. So let's just do X, Y, and son of a gunner. Hit the wrong button. We'll fix that in a second. Go back to 6 seconds. Drag that down to 1000. And let's just make all of these rotations 1. Yeah, something nice and simple. And also, you can note, while it may be hard to get like 3D parts to it, anything that you do to this, oh no, I'm sorry. Forget anything I just said there. My bad. My bad. But now, so we have this thing that's going to be doing some cool rotation, motionness, whatever goodness. Let's see what that looks like. So we're going to now export this and bring it into Premiere. So I'm going to reduce this down to around 6 seconds just for, 7 seconds just for simplicity's sake. And we don't have to wait for the extra time. And project, and now we're going to export it. So you can do that one of two ways. One, you can either bring down composition and do add to render queue, or you can bring up your render queue tab and bring in composition 1. And also, just a quick side note, you can do a lot more to mess with this stuff besides than what I did. You can mess with the lighting, the material, the texture. This is just kind of a rough edit to kind of give you guys an idea on what the effect is you're actually trying to do. Any other things you want to add into that, that's all your business. But anyways, I digress. We now have it here to render. We click on this comp 1 to select where we want it to render. And let's put it somewhere. Let's just put it in my tutorial section under 3D Shatterize test. And also, this is also an important part because I know sometimes you want your text over another object or your video behind it, whatever like that. And in that case, you're going to select lossless and you're going to bring down RGB plus alpha. Here, it's kind of irrelevant, so I'm just going to render it as that, but that's what you do in case you want to. But anyways, now we're going to set this on a render time, and I'm going to turn on some music for you guys and get back to you when it's done. See you guys in a sec. Alright, here we go. So now we have our thing completed, so I'm going to close out of After Effects now. And I'm not going to save it personally because I don't need this file anymore, but you, if you're doing any kind of practice file at home, you might want to hold on to that just as, like, you know, reference, whatever like that. And now I'm going to open up my Premiere file, or Premiere Pro. It'd be awesome like that. And my computer is running slow because it's trying to record the screen at the same time, and it's annoying. It's annoying as butt. But anyways, sorry, it's really late right now. And I'm a little tired. I've had a stressful week, but I wanted to get these I want to start pumping these out as quickly as possible to help you guys. You know, people watching. All 6 of you, probably, if I'm lucky. No, I'm kidding. Not really. That's the sad part. But anyways, I think I maybe just give you some background here. I'm a filmmaker. I run a main channel called BT Video Designs. Plus, also I run a review channel called BT Reviews. If you want to check those out, I'll have links in the description and probably some pop-up things up here at the end of the video. You should check those out. I'm just working. It's my senior year of high school, working to go off to college and stuff like that, and I just want to start, you know, getting my presence out on the web. So on this channel, I'm hopefully going to be bringing you guys as many tutorials as possible that I've gotten from experience, either from just organization of shoots, how to write a script, how to organize your desktop. I try to keep my thing very clean, how to do editing tricks or visual effects and stuff like that. And yeah, just kind of share my knowledge with you people and see if any of you guys are interested and help us all kind of get better, you know? You want to follow me on Facebook, again, have that, I have that in the description down below. Also, sorry, I just need to select where to put this. Just need to decide to put this in the tutorial section. And yeah, and also you can follow me on my Twitter and stuff like that, and maybe, and if you have any suggestions, you can always just send me a message there, or you can email me at bttuts@gmail.com. And finally, also, it's a slightly lesser known thing, but if any of you guys are members of a social networking site called Stage 32, which is a kind of a film community thing, and you want to hit me up, that would be awesome. You know, we can help each other out and stuff. Okay, cool. But that's enough of the self-promotion advertising. Let's get back down to business. So now I'm going to import my test footage here. And waiting on that. And also I have to, and also because I don't have anything here right now, I'm just going to be importing a random MTS file from somewhere else. Just so that, like, if this was like my actual file that uses a 1920 by 1080, I need an actual file to be here on the timeline so that Premiere knows what exact file size I'm looking for. So I'm just looking for a random MTS file, and I think I've got one here for my review show. Alright, here we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna drag in this random clip, which has to conform a lot because it was 10 minutes. Wow, I didn't pick the right clip there. Alright, here we go. So now I change sequence settings just so that Premiere is now running at the exact same thing that this would have been at. And now I bring in my clip. And just going to get rid of that original layer. Bring this up to the beginning. And as you can see, when it'll appear on here, it's ginormous. It's huge. See, that's the text over there. It's meant to be over here in the middle. That's because, like I said, we enlarged it, remember? So now we go into whatever effect controls that you have. I don't know what it is specifically for Sony Vegas, but I know what it is for Final Cut and Premiere, which is motion. Bring it down and drop the scale down to 50%. And now, actually, as you can see it right here, you can't see nearly as much pixelation. So we cured it pretty much. I mean, not entirely. I mean, this is a very kind of a workaround method. It's not going to be nearly as effective as a 3D plugin or Cinema 4D, but those are kind of pricey. So this is a great alternative if you don't have, you know, access to that. Especially if you get good at like messing with the lighting and the textures and the material there, you can get some really quality stuff out of this effect. So let's just wait for it to render and we can, you know, kind of see it in motion. Maybe you guys can start adding this to your videos or whatever like that. Oh, you know what? There's actually one more thing. Just to kind of test out that RGB plus alpha thing, let's just drag in a piece of random footage from one of my other things. Hey, I'm wearing the same shirt here. Bring this up, bring this under, and now we see that it'll be rendering. Oh, you can't, I'm pointing at the screen, but you can't see me actually looking at the screen. But it'll see this part here over this, and it might take a minute to render it out, so I will get back to you when it's done. And here we go. So now, yeah, I mean, as we can see, this thing is doing the whole twirling around, spinning, and doing all this cool motion stuff before, yeah, it kind of flips out the at the end there, but you know, it works, and now it's awesome. So I am awesome. Yeah, I know, right? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out my other channels and like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.